conditions perfect. Greg Dolan is the referee for this one. The video ref, Ben Thaler, just about to get underway.
Okay, come.
99 tries for London, 97 tries for Toulouse. Who will be first at three figures here in Blackpool? Restart into the sun, and immediately a mistake from Mark Corella.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Jared Summit was practicing his kickoff several times, just moments before we started here on the team went into the dressing room, but he had several efforts at that to try and make the ball swirl. The wind inside the stadium is notorious from whistling around, and it was unable there for Corella, an experienced and high-quality fullback, to take the first set.
Hold there.
French international Mark Corella played in the World Cup in 2017, but this is a great chance for London early on. Matt Davis. That was Fleming. Just a couple of metres away from the line. Boyer in there, alongside Kruash. Brings Ioane to the ground, and Channing. First involvement for him.
See already there's the preference for the running game from Channing. Reluctant to pass, it will take him longer.
They go to the left-hand side. That's Jared Samet. Bash hat-trick for Workington 2 years ago. And a loss to Whitehaven. And now Eddie Batty. Good tackle, though, solid hit from Marco Ioane. Samet with a kick. Flick back. Kept that into the field of play. Well, Worthington has it, but it's gone forward, says Greg Dolan.
Well, it's Con Meeker, isn't it, who tries to keep the ball back inside. He does do so successfully, but he says it's gone forward. Referee hardly waited to see who got possession. He must think it's come off one of his teammates, and I think Worthington's the player in the end who gets up. James Worthington, number 21, takes in possession. Jared Samet tries to tow the ball through. But Toulouse's defence has been very strong in that first set.
Worthington on a month's loan from Wigan alongside Joe Bretherton. Made his debut in Newcastle last weekend. Channing wrapped up by Adair.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Adair there, the clean line to Channing. They know it's going to take him longer. Not a natural half, not a natural passer of the ball. It's an easy target, really, for a well-organised defence.
Curran moved in on Spencer. And this now Daniel Harrison, the skipper.
Hold. Wait.
30-year-old will play the ball. Davis has it. That's Ioane. Former junior Kiwi.
Go, you're okay, Andrew.
Davis for Batty. Batty for Channing. It's been picked up, though. This is going to get intercepted. They're going to go in for the first try, are they? It's a foot race. A brilliant pass as well.
Well, it was William Bartow who intercepted, and Gavin Marguerite's been up there in support. The Broncos are back. Can they survive one more play?
They're going to shift it left-hand side with Corella. Corella has Ford, and a nice pass from Ford. Gets Curran involved. But London have somehow marshalled. It looked like they were broken. They've come back here. Can they hold them out for this set of 6, though? Ford again. And can they?
Hold. Go.
Kruash. Ford, another nice pass for Curran this time. And Curran gets the brilliant ball away from Morel. And Morel has the line in his sights. Batty with an important tackle. Adair and Ford. Canning. Fleming, the third man in that tackle. They've repelled them so far. They're only 5 metres away, though. Toulouse. That's Ford's pass. It's been knocked down. They're going to get more possession in a minute, but they had to make that intervention in the shape of Kieran Dixon there.
Yeah, it was a vital intercept, or vital knockdown, rather, from Kieran Dixon. The other end of the field, there's Channing, and that's the predictability. It just takes a little longer. It's a little easier to read from not a natural half. This is not we're not discriminating against Michael Channing here. He's been asked to play in a position that he's not accustomed to. I would imagine if things continue as they are, it wouldn't be long before you saw Alex Walker move up from the fullback position and take a bit more of a direct role there, guiding the Broncos around, because that's not worked for them so far.
Great effort as well from Rhys Williams to chase down William Bartel in that foot race there as Adair.
You're right, Ben, it was outstanding here. They've lost possession on the first one here. The Toulouse centre, Bastien Eder, loses the ball here. The ball comes free, hits on the arm. Referee says that's a knock-on. But at half-time, we always look at the tries scored by teams. The try saved there by London with the interception from William Bartow. It was a massive boost there for Danny Ward's team so early in this match. Not only did they get back for Bartow, but they then got back to cover Marguerite and the subsequent plays. They've turned over possession. This game in the opening 5 minutes has gone end-to-end, but both teams have shown an ability to defend their own try line.
That's right, I mentioned the entertainers in the division.
Go.
But the defence, rock solid so far. Curran, the tackle on Ioane.
Go. Marads, get out! 3. Move! Hold, wait, go.
That was on Daniel Harrison. Eddie Batty now.
4. Move!
Nice pick up and go. And Fleming with some space.
5.
Trapped by Ford. This last one coming up though, and Fleming will play the ball. Davis, that's Channing. Now it's Samet.
Okay.
Arrows a kick.
Play on.
Easy really. Chase is good though, and Worthington unable to make too much progress.
Toulouse will be really pleased with that defensive set. They've kept them inside 40 metres in terms of their metres gained, and then they forced a fairly average kick from Jared Samet. Not too many outs for the London Broncos with their kicking game at the moment. Jared Samet is the main focus. As I said before, that becomes very easy for Toulouse to pick that off and defend accordingly.
Marguerite had the first carry, and Ford finds Curran. Curran in the waiting hours of 3. Fleming, Channing in there.
Hold. Go.
Kruash, Ford, short ball. Batty in there.
5. Move!
A lot of energy from London's defence. They've done 5 plays. They've got to close down Ford for this last one.
Ford gets a good pass away. And that's the turnover. It was Andrew Bentley who was caught on the last.
Well, they started with a real high tempo, London in defence, and they'll have to do. We've seen how dangerous Toulouse can be. We tuned in last week and saw them up at Magic. They've got some skillful players and creative ones as well. Able to limit the time they've had on the ball, and they do that particularly well with Ford then.
Hold on.
Yeah, the London coach will be pleased, I think, with the energy and the pace that they've started this opening fixture of day 2.
Move! Hold.
Both teams started it.
Wait. 2.
A real pace in warm conditions.
Okay.
How long can they keep this standard up, the stamina up as well?
Hold.
Davis waits. Infield for Channing. Turned on for Batty. Bentley in there.
4.
Sarat has his hand up. He wants it now. They want to go wide to the left. He's demanding possession. But Spencer takes it one more forward.
5 is okay.
Over halfway into that Toulouse half of the field. There is Samet, and it's a huge kick from the boot of Jared Samet. This is a real test, and they're chasing it as well.
Unbelievable, it's gone out on the full. It was a towering kick. I think Worthington couldn't believe where the wind actually took that ball from. I've no doubt that the accuracy of where that kick was intended to go would have been real problematic for the Toulouse side. But the wind inside this ground has just carried it straight over the sideline. The touch judge waves his flag, the ball goes back, and Toulouse will start on the 40.
Wait!
Toulouse made their summer bash debut 12 months ago with a 32-22 win over Halifax as Bentley moves in.
1. Move!
Davis with the tackle.
Go.
Nice play from the number 30, William Bartow, taking the line to the defenders. Rolling forward now, Toulouse. Back again to the right. Oh, that's a poor pass.
And Kane with a good carry, but Bartow lost his bearings there, really. Just acknowledges the error.
Shodo, do you think he pulls the handbrake on the pass? He knows it's not the right one, so he tries to stop himself after the arms are making the movement.
He's put under a little pressure from Jay Pitts from the inside, and you're right, he's caught in 2 minds, is Bartow. Played for Catalans, of course, notably played for the London Broncos as well.
Start forming, guys, start forming!
He's now well settled in Toulouse.
Jared, off you go. Out!
The extra motivated this afternoon in Blackpool.
Kia's cut down again there by 3. The standard of the defence matches the quality of the attack so far. Harrison, sorry, I should say, gets them up over halfway.
Good tackle from Ford and Kane there. Bring the skipper to the floor. Fleming. Pick up from Batty. Takes it himself.
3. Move! Come on, guys. Go, Mark, he's not square.
Davis. Ioane. Channing. Konmika with the tackle.
Move. Hold. Wait. Go.
Approaching the 10-minute mark.
Yep.
Nothing to choose so far as Elliot Keir
Meditate.
brought to ground by
Hold. Go.
Marguerite.
Okay.
Samet with a teasing kick, and
Oh, brilliant, and Carella's away.
Carella was found brilliantly there, and he spun away from the first challenge as well. Carella with some real pace. He's got through too. This is going to be a sensational try, is it? Carella still going. Brilliant offload. That's Worthington, and Worthington. Oh, manages to fling it back. What a score.
Yes.
Tony Morrell goes in, and they go from one end of the field to the other in the blink of an eye. And that has got to be one of the best tries ever seen at the Summer Bash. Look at Sylvain Hules, the calmest man on the field. Tony Morrell finished off a three-man move. They cut them apart. And London Broncos had no answer. 10 tries this season now for Tony Morrell.
Well, this should be worth 8 points, not 4, because it's 2 tries in one. In fact, it's almost like 3. It's superb counter-attack there from the fullback Mark Carella to get there. But look how hard London worked. You've got to give some praise here to the defensive effort. The number of red shirts back, trying their best to prevent Worthington. They do so, but in the end, that final offload just makes that a dream start here for the Toulouse team.
No, superb work to start. Kriash, he gets the ball tapped back to Carella. Carella, great balance, doesn't panic, that's the key thing. Gets himself into some space and then allows time for Worthington to come in support, and then Morrell, the other wingman. That's great play, brilliant first try. It's taken them 10 minutes to do it, Ben, but what a way to open the scoring on day 2.
Look at the delight on Tony Morrell's face as well. 10th try of the championship season, as I say. And what a way to score it.
Well, spontaneous days out are always the best, and spontaneous tries match that. It's a fantastic try, though. You would never have predicted at the play of the ball just what could have unfolded afterwards. But the instinctive play of the French side there to support the man with the ball, and the speed and evasion of several of their players has given them the first try.
Carella spears that ball between the posts, and 6-0 to lose ahead.
Yeah, it was a little touch from Kriash, wasn't it? That was what started it, what gave Carella the space. I mean, no taking away, no distracting from not just how he evades tackles, but the pace then, those first 2 or 3 steps to get back into his stride. Worthington, who's got straight line pace, great straight line pace. And then Tony Morrell, he finishes and receives the plaudits from Jonathan Ford. Well, if the rest of the game's anything to go by what we've seen from that opening score, we're in for a treat, because that was outstanding stuff from Toulouse.
99 tries against 98 now.
Stand. 1. Wait. Go.
What a way to open day 2 in Blackpool.
No, I didn't do anything.
That's a poor penalty to give away as well. They've just been taught a lesson in free-flowing rugby league.
But is this understandable here? Because he almost dummies to play the ball in defence for the London defenders.
Yeah, go on, mate.
I do think that was unlucky.
for that.
You don't
On
often
the
see a
far
player
post.
pause, don't you, and hold up the ball. Sort of caught them out.
Wait
Yeah,
for
the
the play.
referee
Wait.
has seen it
Go.
one way, and that's given Toulouse some free space, some free territory,
1.
and another set of possession. The Broncos can't afford to double up on their mistakes.
Tom Spencer, the guilty party.
Play on.
Nice offload from Mika.
And Kruash on the back of that gets past Batty, but
Go.
recovers to
You're
make the
okay, you
tackle.
made it
Now Bentley. To the waiting arms there of Spencer.
Release. Go.
Kruash.
Guys.
Bartho. Carella.
4.
And Marguerite.
Great tackle there by Samet to pull down the centre.
Got you, Joe.
Cane.
Well, they'd love to go back-to-back here now. The penalty's got them into this field position. But they've blown it on the last play here. An incorrect play of the ball from the referee. Says you've got to get up off the floor, put the ball down then properly. Cane is really taking the pressure off the throat of the London Broncos.
Yeah, okay. Off you go, Jared.
Oh, we've seen worse. We've seen worse, haven't we? The referee, obviously. Well, that's the standard.
Between. Let me get to the
Greg
line.
Dolan, the referee, he's set the standard now.
Wait for the play.
And the let-off for the Broncos. There's been some really significant warning shots fired across the bows of the London Broncos. Not just the try, but the way in which Toulouse are prepared to go into the tackle, offload. They've got some decent proponents of that. Andrew Bentley, Konmika, 2 in particularly, very, very comfortable. And then the second phase play off the back of that, there's plenty of pace in those three quarters as well. This is a dangerous Toulouse Olympique side.
Okay now.
By this back row on this right-hand side, Daniel Harrison, the captain for London, and he's awarded a penalty here. He's one of those back rows, you know, just can keep going and going. The word down the opposition, Kruash is penalised.
Okay, here we are, guys, between. Wait for the play.
Made a blistering start with 7 straight wins in League and Cup. London until that Good Friday defeat to Toulouse, and now in this positive part of the field now.
Hold.
Cunningham moves into acting half-back, gives it to Davis. Conmika in there, and Davis will play it for Cunningham. Cunningham for Batty. Batty had Spencer with him, it wasn't the best pass.
Knock down, guys, knock down. Yeah, you did. Come down.
This is a big call from the referee. He said it's actually been knocked down, knocked forward by the Toulouse side. A lucky let-off here because he's got a loose grip on that. In fact, on that replay, John, I think the referee's made a mistake. I know he doesn't get to see the replay, but I think Batty loses this ball forward here already, hasn't he?
He's decided against the pass to Spencer and then lost possession. You can see by the reaction from Batty's face. He's expecting it to go one way. Well, they've got a reprieve, haven't they, of the Broncos?
Stand up, fellas. Just heads in, boys. Get your heads in at front row, let's sort it.
London, the only team that Toulouse didn't beat last season.
Right. Get your heads in. Lock round. Lock round.
Some more scrum coaching from the referee.
Surrender. Stand.
That one in from the scrum was
waits. Now Spencer. Taken down by Curran. Just 6 metres or so away. Cunningham again. Cunningham's seen a gap. Corella closes the door.
Go.
Michael Channing. Spencer. Batty. Short ball. Davis.
Hold. Go.
Cunningham throws a dummy. Tries to go himself again.
5.
Well, 2 efforts in one
repelled.
side.
Go.
Comes back for Walker, but it's a knock-on.
Well, give credit to John Ford there, really, for the pressure that he put on Channing there. It was the last play. He had to get out quickly, and the pass wasn't a good one. In the end, there was a game before that, obviously, when Featherstone played Bradford in the Women's Super League. So we seem to get an uplift in the standards, and I'm sure we'll see that again this afternoon.
Conditions perfect. Greg Dolan is the referee for this one. The video ref, Ben Thaler. About to get underway.
Okay, come.
99 tries for London, 97 tries for Toulouse. Who will be first at 3 figures here in Blackpool? Restart into the sun, and immediately a mistake from Mark Corella.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Jared Summit was practicing his kickoff several times, just moments before we started here on the team went into the dressing room, but he had several efforts at that to try and make the ball swirl. The wind inside the stadium is notorious from whistling around, and it was unable there for Corella, an experienced and high-quality fullback, to take the first set.
French international Mark Corella played in the World Cup in 2017, but this is a great chance for London early on. Matt Davis. That was Fleming. Just a couple of metres away from the line. Boyer in there, alongside Kruash. Brings Ioane to the ground, and Channing. First involvement for him.
See already there's the preference for the running game from Channing. Reluctant to pass, it will take him longer.
They go to the left-hand side. That's Jared Samet. Bash hat-trick for Workington 2 years ago. And a loss to Whitehaven. And now Eddie Batty. Good tackle, though, solid hit from Marco Ioane. Samet with a kick. Flick back. Kept that into the field of play. Well, Worthington has it, but it's gone forward, says Greg Dolan.
Well, it's Conmika, isn't it, who tries to keep the ball back inside. He does do so successfully, but he says it's gone forward. Referee hardly waited to see who got possession. He must think it's come off one of his teammates, and I think Worthington's the player in the end who gets up. James Worthington, number 21, takes in possession. Jared Samet tries to tow the ball through. Toulouse's defence has been very strong in that first set.
Hold.
Worthington on a month's loan from Wigan alongside Joe Bretherton. Made his debut in Newcastle last weekend. Channing wrapped up by Adair.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Adair there, the clean line to Channing. They know it's going to take him longer. Not a natural half, not a natural passer of the ball. It's an easy target, really, for a well-organised defence.
Curran moved in on Spencer, and this now Daniel Harrison, the skipper.
Hold! Wait!
30-year-old will play the ball. Davis has it. That's Iwane, former junior Kiwi.
Come on, mate. Go, you're okay, Andrew.
Davis for Batty. Batty for Channing. It's been picked up, though. This is going to get intercepted. They're going to go in for the first try, are they? It's a foot race. A brilliant pass as well.
Well, it was William Bartow who intercepted, and Gavin Marguerite's been up there in support. The Broncos are back. Can they survive one more play?
They're going to shift it left-hand side with Corella. Corella has Ford, and a nice pass from Ford. Gets Curran involved. But London have somehow marshalled. It looked like they were broken. They've come back here. Can they hold them out for this set of 6, though? Ford again. And can they?
3, move, hold, go.
Cruash. Ford, another nice pass for Curran this time. And Curran gets the brilliant ball away from Morel. And Morel has the line in his sights.
Go, 4, move.
Batty with an important tackle.
Go.
Adair and Ford. Canning. Fleming, the third man in that tackle.
Hold.
They've repelled them so far. They're only 5 metres away, though. Toulouse. That's Ford's pass. It's been knocked down. They're going to get more possession in a minute, but they had to make that intervention in the shape of Kieran Dixon there.
Yeah, it was a vital intercept, or vital knockdown, rather, from Kieran Dixon. The other end of the field, there's Channing, and that's the predictability. It just takes a little longer. It's a little easier to read from not a natural half. This is not we're not discriminating against Michael Channing here. He's been asked to play in a position that he's not accustomed to. I would imagine if things continue as they are, it wouldn't be long before you saw Alex Walker move up from the fullback position and take a bit more of a direct role there, guiding the Broncos around, because that's not worked for them so far.
Great effort as well from Rhys Williams to chase down William Bartel in that foot race there as Adair.
You're right, Ben, it was outstanding here. They've lost possession on the first one here. The Toulouse centre, Bastien Adair, loses the ball here. The ball comes free, hits on the arm. Referee says that's a knock-on. But at half-time, we always look at the tries scored by teams. The try saved there by London with the interception from William Bartow. It was a massive boost there for Danny Ward's team so early in this match. Not only did they get back for Bartow, but they then got back to cover Marguerite and the subsequent plays. They've turned over possession. This game in the opening 5 minutes has gone end-to-end, but both teams have shown an ability to defend their own try line.
That's right, I mentioned the entertainers in the division. But the defence rock solid so far. Curran, the tackle on Iwane.
Go. Marads, get out! 3, move, hold, wait, go.
That was on Daniel Harrison. Eddie Batty now.
4, move.
Nice pick up and go. And Fleming with some space. Trapped by Ford. This last one coming up now, and Fleming will play the ball. Davis, that's Channing. Now it's Samet. Just arrows a kick.
Play on.
Easy, really. Chase is good, though, and Worthington unable to make too much progress.
Toulouse will be really pleased with that defensive set. They've kept them inside 40 metres in terms of their metres gained, and then they forced a fairly average kick from Jared Samet. Not too many outs for the London Broncos with their kicking game at the moment. Jared Samet is the main focus. As I said before, that becomes very easy for Toulouse to pick that off and defend accordingly.
Marguerite had the first carry, and Ford finds Curran. Curran in the waiting arms of 3. Fleming, Channing in there. Cruash, Ford, short ball, Batty in there.
A lot of energy from London's defence. They've done 5 plays. They've got to close down Ford for this last one.
Ford gets a good pass away. And that's the turnover. It was Andrew Bentley who was caught on the last.
Well, they started with a real high tempo, London in defence, and they'll have to do. We've seen how dangerous Toulouse can be. You tuned in last week and saw them up at Magic. They've got some skillful players and creative ones as well. To limit the time they've had on the ball, and they do that particularly well with Ford then.
Hold on.
Yeah, the London coach will be pleased, I think, with the energy and the pace that they've started this opening fixture of day 2.
Move. Hold.
Both teams started it.
Wait. 2.
A real pace in warm conditions.
Okay.
How long can they keep this standard up, the stamina up as well?
Hold.
Davis waits. Infield for Channing. Turned on for Batty. Bentley in there.
4.
Sarat has his hand up. He wants it now. He want to go wide to the left. He's demanding possession. But Spencer takes it one more forward.
5 is okay.
Over halfway into that Toulouse half of the field. There is Samet, and it's a huge kick from the boot of Jared Samet. This is a real test, and they're chasing it as well.
Unbelievable, it's gone out on the full. It was a towering kick. I think Worthington couldn't believe where the wind actually took that ball from. I've no doubt that the accuracy of where that kick was intended to go would have been real problematic for the Toulouse side. But the wind inside this ground has just carried it straight over the sideline. The touch judge waves his flag, the ball goes back. Toulouse will start on the 4th.
Wait.
Toulouse made their Summer Bash debut 12 months ago with a 32-22 win over Halifax as Bentley moves in.
1. Move.
Davis with the tackle.
Go.
Nice play from the number 30, William Bartow, taking the line to the defenders. Rolling forward now, Toulouse. Back again to the right. Oh, that's a poor pass.
And Kane with a good carry, but Bartow lost his bearings there, really. Just acknowledged the error.
Shodo, do you think he pulls the handbrake on the pass? He knows it's not the right one, so he tries to stop himself after the arms are making the movement.
He's put under a little pressure from Jay Pitts from the inside, and you're right, he's caught in 2 minds, is Bartow. Played for Catalans, of course, notably played for the London Broncos as well.
Start forming, guys, start forming!
He's now well settled in Toulouse.
Jared, off you go. Out!
The extra motivated this afternoon in Blackpool.
Kia's cut down again there by 3. The standard of the defence matches the quality of the attack so far. Harrison, sorry, I should say, gets them up over halfway.
Good tackle from Ford and Kane there. Bring the skipper to the floor. Fleming. Pick up from Batty. Takes it himself.
3. Move! Come on, guys. Go, Mark, he's not square.
Davis. Ioane. Channing. Konmika with the tackle.
Move! Hold. Wait. Go.
Approaching the 10-minute mark.
Yep.
Nothing to choose so far as Elliot Keir brought to ground by Marguerite.
Okay.
Samet with a teasing kick, and
oh, brilliant! And Carella's away.
Carella was found brilliantly there, and he spun away from the first challenge as well. Carella with some real pace. He's got through 2. This is going to be a sensational try, is it? Carella still going. Brilliant offload. That's Worthington, and Worthington. Oh, and just to bring it back. What a score! Yes. Tony Morell goes in, and they go from one end of the field to the other in the blink of an eye. And that has got to be one of the best tries ever seen at the Summer Bash. Look at Sylvain Hules, the calmest man on the field. Tony Morell finished up a 3-man move. They cut them apart. And London Broncos had no answer. 10 tries this season now for Tony Morell.
Well, this should be worth 8 points, not 4, because it's 2 tries in one. In fact, it's almost like 3. It's superb counter-attack there from the fullback Mark Carella to get there. But look how hard London work. You've got to give some praise here to the defensive effort. The number of red shirts back, trying their best to prevent Worthington. They do so, but in the end, that final offload just makes that a dream start here now for the Toulouse team.
No, superb work to start. Kriash, he gets the ball tapped back to Carella. Carella, great balance, doesn't panic, that's the key thing. Gets himself into some space and then allows time for Worthington to come in support, and then Morell, the other wingman. That's great play, brilliant first try. It's taken them 10 minutes to do it, Ben, but what a way to open the scoring on day 2.
Look at the delight on Tony Morell's face as well. 10th try of the championship season, as I say. And what a way to score it.
Well, spontaneous days out are always the best, and spontaneous tries match that. It's a fantastic try, though. You would never have predicted at the play of the ball just what could have unfolded afterwards. but the instinctive play of the French side there to support the man with the ball and the speed and evasion of several of their players has given them the first try.
Carella spears that ball between the posts, and 6-0 to lose ahead.
Yeah, it was a little touch from Crouache, wasn't it? That was what started it, what gave Carella the space. I mean, there's no taking away, no distracting from not just how he evades tackles, but the pace then, those first 2 or 3 steps to get back into his stride. Worthington, who's got straight line pace, great straight line pace. And then Tony Morell, he finishes and receives the plaudits from Jonathan Ford. Well, if the rest of the game's anything to go by what we've seen from that opening score, we're in for a treat, because that was outstanding stuff from Toulouse.
99 tries against 98 now.
Stand! 1. Wait, go.
What a way to open day 2 in Blackpool.
No, I didn't do anything.
That's a poor penalty to give away as well. They've just been taught a lesson in free-flowing rugby league.
But is this understandable here? Because he almost dummies to play the ball in defence for the London defenders.
Yeah, go on, mate.
I do think that was unlucky.
You
don't often see a player pause, don't you, and hold up the ball. Sort of caught them out.
Wait,
the referee
wait.
has seen it one way, and that's given Toulouse some free space, some free territory, and another set of possession. The Broncos can't afford to double up on their mistakes.
Tom Spencer, the guilty party.
Nice offload from Mika.
And Crouache on the back of that gets past Batty, but recovers to make the tackle. Now Bentley. To the waiting arms there of Spencer. Crouache. Bartho. Carella. And Marguerite.
Great tackle there by Samet to pull down the centre.
Cane.
Well, they'd love to go back-to-back here now. The penalty's got them into this field position. But they've blown it on the last play here. An incorrect play of the ball from the referee. Says you've got to get up off the floor, put the ball down then properly. Cane is really taking the pressure off the throat of the London Broncos.
Yeah, okay. Have you got Jared?
We've seen worse. We've seen worse, haven't we? The referee, obviously. Well, that's the standard. Greg Dolan, the referee, he's set the standard now.
Wait for the play.
And a let-off for the Broncos. There's been some really significant warning shots fired across the bows of the London Broncos. Not just the try, but the way in which Toulouse are prepared to go into the tackle, offload. They've got some decent proponents of that. Andrew Bentley, Conmika, to him particularly, very, very comfortable. And then the second phase play, off the back of that, there's plenty of pace in those 3 quarters as well. This is a dangerous Toulouse Olympique side.
Okay now.
By the back row on this right-hand side, Daniel Harrison, the captain for London, and he's awarded a penalty here. He's one of those back rows, you know, just can keep going and going. The word down the opposition, Crouache is penalised.
Okay, here we are, guys, between. Wait for the play.
Made a blistering start with 7 straight wins in League and Cup. London until that Good Friday defeat to Toulouse, and now in this positive part of the field now. Cunningham moves into acting half-back, gives it to Davis. Conmika in there, and Davis will play it for Cunningham. Cunningham for Batty. Batty had Spencer with him, it wasn't the best pass.
Knock down, guys, knock down. Yeah, you did. Just come down.
This is a big call from the referee. He said it's actually been knocked down, knocked forward by the Toulouse side. A lucky let-off here because he's got a loose grip on that. In fact, on that replay, John, I think the referee's made a mistake. I know he doesn't get to see the replay, but I think Batty loses this ball forward here already, hasn't he?
He's decided against the pass to Spencer and then lost possession. You can see by the reaction from Batty's face. He's expecting it to go one way. Well, they've got a reprieve, haven't they, of the Broncos?
Stand up, fellas. Just heads in, boys. Get your heads in at front row, let's sort it.
London, the only team that Toulouse didn't beat last season.
Right. Get your heads in. Lock round. Lock round.
Some more scrum coaching from the referee.
Surrender. Stand.
That one in from the scrum was
late. Now Spencer. Taken down by Curran. Just 6 metres or so away. Cunningham again. Cunningham's seen a gap. Carella closes the door. Michael Channing. Spencer. Batty. Short ball. Davis.
Hold. Go.
Cunningham throws a dummy. Tries to go himself again.
5.
Well, 2 efforts in
Just
one
repelled.
set.
Go.
Comes back for
Knock on the floor.
Walker, but it's a knock-on.
Well, give credit to John Ford there, really, for the pressure that he put on
Hand over.
Channing there. It was the last play. He had to get out quickly, and the pass wasn't a good one.
No, he won't. No.
In the end, they said knock on, turnover of the set.
I'll take that.
Interesting tactic there from the London coach, and you know him, John, really, Danny Ward there. The fact that he's starting with his hooker, his number 9, his preferable hooker, on the bench for almost 15 minutes, thinking maybe the pace and intensity would just drop. Now he's introduced him, and he's another attacking threat that they have in the centre of the field.
Yeah, he is, and like I said, again, because of the positioning of Michael Channing, moving to stand off, they're going to need creative players out there. I mean, Channing's a fantastic ball runner, and he hits a good line, good defender. Not so much a natural with ball in hand. When Toulouse, they do have people who can play. Just referencing Rhys Curran as well there. Great try-saving tackle a couple of minutes ago underneath the sticks. He's someone who's really impressed me, both last week at the Bash weekend in defeat, albeit against Toronto, and again today.
5, move, one.
Bastien Canet plays it on the last, and Crouache finds Barthel.
Okay.
Walker underneath it.
For me, that's another one of those kicks, Ben, that's been affected by the wind inside the stadium.
You can see, just looking at Alex Walker's positioning, and then having to make some really big strides to get hold of that ball. The wind is really taking these kicks. Maybe the first team to realise that, make some adjustments there, particularly in terms of attacking play. Just roll it in. It's a firm surface.
Rhys Williams got a quick play the ball, and Kieran Dixon finds Cunningham. Cunningham puts Pitts through a hole, and Jay Pitts almost away there. That was an important tackle. Came in from Corella. Here is Batty now. Passes at the line for Channing. Boyer in there. Just 11 metres away though. As Cunningham finds Harrison. Ford in there.
5, move, hold, go.
Cunningham again. Now Channing comes back this way. Fleming puts boot to ball, and that's a good take there from Tony Morrell.
Kieran Dixon couldn't resist because he committed himself to the tackle, then pulled out, but if you make contact with the man in the air, as he does here now, the referee has to blow a penalty. And all of the pressure taken off the Toulouse side. You just felt, though, there we've had a very quick opening 18 minutes here now. 1 or 2 players dropping down. Jay Pitts took an injury when he made that break with James Worthington. I think we're going to see more and more threats down the centre for London, with the number 9 picking up running.
They're going to have to be clever about where they attack on the field as well. Noticed a pattern emerging in the opening 15 minutes as well. London, they've been using short side plays really well. Very often it's your halves who will sit defensively on the short side. Jonathan Ford and William Bartow certainly be part of a larger game plan from Danny Ward. I wonder what his thoughts are about Channing, because it's not something that's working at the moment for them.
Okay, Jonathan, move, hold, wait, go.
Ford. Now Bretherton. There's 3 for company.
2, move, hold, go.
Buzinak. Now Ford, bullet
great
pass.
ball.
What a pass and what a try. Second one for Tony Morrell.
That's top class stuff. Such a relaxed action about Jonathan Ford, but he's picked his pass. Sylvain Hulas will be really, really pleased. Morrell with his 2nd and his 11th championship try of 2018. Just have a look at the build-up of this one. Jonathan Ford, I've never seen a more natural ball player. Look at that, the catch and the pass, cuts out 2 men at 15 metres and finds his wingman. And why is his wingman there? Because he knows he can find a pass like that. He has the discipline to keep his width, spread out those London defenders. And the ball still had to be made, but look at the quality here.
I think Tony Morrell must have been tuning in last night. How close games could get at the very end. He makes a big effort to bring this kick closer to the goalposts.
2 tries last year against Halifax at the Bash, and 2 in 2018 for Tony Morrell.
This is a quality rugby team, isn't it? From the finishing from Morrell to the all-round accomplished play from Corella. who's already 1 from 1, is likely to go 2 from 2, to the natural ability of Jonathan Ford. It's a really, really good quality football team.
And a really classy try set up by Jonathan Ford with that bullet pass. Corella, 2 more points. 18 points to 6 now. London trail with 4 to go.
Well, Toulouse have been the best team in this first half, but at 12-6, it didn't really tell you that full story. Now with this extra try, the gap really reflects the dominance, the superiority in many aspects of the game, and London have some real work to do now. 12 behind, 3.5 to go to half-time. Needs a lift. It needs what we've seen many games shift in recent days. This could be another one there in the second half. Ball bouncing here now. They've not taken that on the full. Mika gets the second chance.
It's the Toulouse fans dancing in Blackpool as Heppy brings the ball back again.
Move! Hold! Go!
That was Buzinak.
2! Move!
Marion.
Go!
Buzinak again picks up. There's a knock on though.
Well, you know, London haven't made a break yet in this game. If there's ever a chance to do it, it's in the last 3 minutes to get your first 4 points, another 4 points that they need here now. If they got anybody in the back line, they've not looked as though when they've moved the ball, John, it's been done fast enough or with enough threat really to break through Toulouse's excellent defence.
Let's
go back to the point I made right at the start of the game. You know, everything is going through Jared Samet.
They're almost done at walking paces, those pretend one guy's going to come on the inside or perhaps dumb it to you on the outside. It needs to be a bit sharper if they're going to get through here.
Here for Samet, now Matty G. Time running out for London to strike a second time in this first half. Needs something before the break. Trail by 12 as Samet floats the ball out. It's a good ball as well from Pitts to find Williams. And Reece Williams drops the ball off, but to that danger man Corella, and Corella is away again. Has Samet for company. That's a really important tackle. It looked like Corella was going to streak away. 2 minutes to go. Toulouse in possession. Ford. Another really nice pass for Adair this time, and Fleming over the top.
Well, the best thing that London have done really is recover when the line's been broken. They get everybody back, but it's been broken too often here. The referee says a forward pass. No conviction, though, in London's attack. I think that was the reason why Corella could anticipate almost where the ball's going to go.
And the play before was too easy, wasn't it, to read? Exactly the same reason. If your threat and your only attacking threat is Jared Samet, then you put an extra defender against him in the line. They have so little alternative option. It's a real conundrum for Danny Ward. As I said before, there is a potential there to bring Alex Walker into the attacking lineup.
I'll watch him, yeah, it's fine.
Put Channing into the centres with Keir to fullback.
Okay,
they've resisted it so long. No such problems for Sylvain Hules. He'd be extremely pleased with what he's seen. If he couldn't cut out a couple of the forward passes and perhaps a little bit of that overplaying in midfield, then Toulouse will arguably increase their dominance in this game.
Move!
Cunningham for the Broncos. Now Dixon gets the ball away, and that's Harrison. Gets a nice offload back for Dixon again. His second involvement. Buzinak puts the shoulder in. Marion in there. Bretherton completes the tackle.
Tyler. Hold. Go.
Cunningham again. Feints one way, comes back the other, and then, well, about to be wrapped up by Bretherton. He's got the ball away for Channing.
3. Move. Hold. Go.
Well, they need men like this to make a dent in the middle. That gives him a chance. He's made a beat the first man. Tyler Heppy wrestles him to the floor.
Move.
Strong carry from Adebayi.
Go.
Samet puts boot to ball. Pitts was chasing that, and it's been brilliantly put back to Jay Pitts. And Jay Pitts is going to go in, and they needed a try before half-time, and 30 seconds before the break, that's exactly what they've got. Jay Pitts with the score, his 5th try of the season. He grabbed the opener in the Good Friday loss to Toulouse, and he's put London possibly within a converted score now. Kick to come as we approach the break.
Well, they needed again that element of surprise, and it's come through the kick. It's a short one that bounces up on the 3rd time. Tap back, they've got enough men around the ball, and it appears as though it's only the way through is through the finding that kick. Samet's first set up the first try, and his second has done exactly the same as the half-time hooter sounds around us here now. London's half-time talk all of a sudden has been lifted a little. They're still behind. They've narrowed the gap.
There's some subtlety about the kick as well, because there's a dummy to pass before he drops it on the toe, and what that will do to the defence on the outside, it will force them to take one more step and will provide a clearer path through for the supporting runners. Jay Pitts was one of those ones who got the bounce. The conversion is successful from Samet, and as we go into half-time, Ben, this is a different half-time team talk now.
Absolutely, for Danny Ward. Well, London go into that break trailing by 18 points to 12. 2 tries early for Toulouse, 12-0. Samet cut the gap for London. Morel then for Toulouse with his second try, and Jay Pitts, right in that final minute, has put this one right on. The second half underway.
And Ben, just a stat for you for half-time to bear in mind for the opening 5 or 10 minutes of this second half. In terms of clean breaks, 6 you can attribute to Toulouse Olympique. The London Broncos have yet to make a clean break in this game. That's the significant difference between the two teams.
We're starting it with a goal line dropout. Alex Walker can't get back into play here. You don't take the kick on the full, and I'm not saying that's an easy thing to do. You are inviting trouble. It's bounced. They've done well for it not to bounce over the dead ball line. Maybe they lost it in the sun. That's the advantage of kicking, playing from left to right here in this ground at the present time.
I think we've established already as well that the wind is playing havoc. Where you think that ball's going to be? I mean, Jared Samet is an experienced player, and he was fully 5 meters away from where that ball bounced. It's been taken by the wind again.
Corella takes the drop out. It's a really strong run to open this setup for Toulouse.
Hold! Go, you're okay, James.
It's Con Mika and now Marion.
2, move, hold, go.
Bartho.
3.
Important tackle from Pitts. 15 away. Marion again, and Ford. Another nice pass.
4.
Yeah, it was an early ball, wasn't it? He tried to give it to his centre with a chance to take his man.
And this is Ford again. Just lost the momentum slightly on that play. Into the waiting arms of Harrison.
Go.
Here is the last one. Bartho with a kick and...
1.
Well, that's a tragedy because it was an excellent kick, but there wasn't enough urgency amongst the Toulouse players there really to force another goal line dropout. Very skillful to put the ball between the defenders and not kick it too hard so it rolls over the dead ball line.
Hold.
The Toulouse players either impeded, couldn't quite trap him in goal again, and London survive what's been a terrible start to the second half without conceding points.
Go.
Samet did well to get back into the field of play. That's Elliot Keir, Welsh international.
Go.
Double here against Sheffield in the inaugural Summer Bash. Now Sadiq Adebiyi.
5. Move.
Bouzanak to the tackle alongside Tyler Heppy there.
It's outside.
Kick from Samet. Turns Worthington around. Is it going to be too strong? No. Worthington with work to do.
That's one thing London have done well. They've kicked the ball particularly well and they've trapped him at the end.
This is Gavin Marguerite for Toulouse. Well, 2 minutes into the second half. What was said at half-time? Angela's on the sidelines.
Well, it might be surprising to find out that Sylvain Houle, the coach of Toulouse, is the least happy of the two coaches, despite this scoreline. He thinks they're lucky to have had 2 of their tries. They failed, he said, to build enough pressure by finishing off their sets, not going through all of their sets, he said. They defended really well. He's happy with that, but they have to build pressure in this half. Now, Danny Ward, the London coach, he was happy with that try at the very end. It keeps them in the game, he says, but they have gifted the Toulouse side a lot of good field position through poor kicks and poor passing. You need to cut out those errors and concentrate more on making sure they finish their sets too.
Thanks, Angela. Nice conclusion to this set from William Bartho. Just finds touch.
Yeah, that's a great play, and I guess that's what they've spoken about, isn't it? To try and play set for set, end to end. Very hot midday sun here now, beating down on both of these teams. We've had a very cold start to the season in 2018. Some Arctic conditions for some matches. It's almost like a different sport in a different country right now for these players, but they've got to handle the heat and handle the intensity here of the defence that Toulouse are trying. Tyler Heppy goes for a one-on-one steal.
That's a good start to the set from Rhys Williams. I think he's always a man who's good going forward. I like to watch him.
Yeah, got him.
Full of power. Short, squat individual, but he's box office, isn't he, when he's in the carry. Oh, and the Broncos, well, they've come up with an error again at the play the ball. Harrison is the culprit, and he's frustrated with himself as well. Toulouse been pulled off, and then he's just lost in the attempt to play the ball. It's a real let-off, is that, isn't it, for Toulouse, because the Broncos had started shakily to the second 40 minutes, but looked to be finding a little bit of rhythm, were comfortable enough in defence, and you're just handing the ball over. Exactly what Danny Ward was saying that they've been guilty of in the first half, just coughing up too much possession and giving too many opportunities to the opposition.
Anthony Marion plays the ball. Buzinak now. It's the ball from 4, but a misplaced pass, a rarity in this game.
Well, it was a short pass, wasn't it? But it was a short pass that was delivered far too hard. Pace on the ball too much there for Rhys Curran to take it in. He fires it at him and it bounces off his chest. 2 knock-ons, the referee stops the game. Rhys Curran did defend particularly well in the first half. The top tackler in the game, 26 tackles in that first 40-minute period for him. He didn't take in possession, he's going to have to make some more.
I'll tell you when, Kieran, all right, mate.
Rhys Curran also on the try-scoring sheet in Newcastle.
Michael, off you go. Out! 1!
Marion with the tackle.
Minute 10! Hold, go.
That brought down Matty Fleming. On the back of that now is Matt Davis.
Picked up and driven backwards though, isn't it? Those are the physical battles that London need to win. They're all small moments, but wins in that area help to build toward a win on the scoreboard, which is not looking likely the way they've played for 45 minutes.
Matty G had a bite. Strong carry from him. 6 minutes into this second half, 6 points the difference. And London looking for something here as Samet takes the ball, gives it to Pitts. All wrapped up though by Bretherton and dragged back towards his own line. Samet. It's called for by Corella and taken by Corella, but then a one-on-one steal. It's going to go over.
Matt G it is, isn't it? He's stripped the ball one-on-one from the fullback.
Greg Dolan's going to hand this one upstairs.
Ben Evans.
Ben Thaler, the video referee.
It's Ben Evans, isn't it? Big Ben Evans in 18. Well, quick thinking from the front rower. Might not be a spectacular score that we saw from Toulouse in the first half, but you still get 4 points for it, and the video referee's made a quick decision. It's a try!
Ben Evans with the perfect start to this second period for the London Broncos. Move within 2 points now. Kick to come. Sent off last week in the win over Sheffield, and now he's got his 3rd try of the season in Blackpool.
Well, you can say 3 tries and 3 kicks from Samet. This time it's a high one. A variety of them have come up with it. OK takes the ball in. He's looking to counter-attack, but he needs to concentrate on keeping control of the ball. And it's a wonderful one-on-one steal. Quick thinking from the big front rower. Ben Evans strips it from the fullback. He won't win a race, but he's won an arm wrestle with the man over the possession, and he's done enough here now to get his team potentially back level in this game.
The try from Jay Pitts just before half-time was crucial, and now they get the first 4 points of this second half. Samet looking to extend his 100% record with the boot. This to wrap things up at 18 all. Just taking his time. Knows how important this kick could be. Jared Samet straight between the uprights, and it is 18 points apiece.
Yeah, it's great work from Evans. The one-on-one steal on Corella. We've been talking in glowing terms about Corella. Well, that's the first blot on his copybook.
Yeah, thank you.
Golden rule, as a fullback, you take possession, you keep possession, you start the set safely. At 18 points apiece, well, the game has a different complexion. It's still, you're looking at one major threat for the Broncos. But if that major threat's playing well, he's about to take the ball now, then it's still a real issue to try and solve for Toulouse. And Philly's correct in saying the kicks have been the undoing of Toulouse in defence, because I think they've looked very comfortable in terms of the front of defence against the passing game from the Broncos, or lack of a passing game from the Broncos.
All square for the first time since the 10th minute of that first period. Ben Evans, the try scorer, plays the ball. It's a good run as well from Jay Pitts. Cunningham in again. Sees some space in which to operate, and despite the attentions of Marion, he's flicked the ball back. Lost some momentum as Channing picks up into the tackle of Buzenak.
And London's kick can only be dangerous if they're at that end of the field. You just saw Ben Sammet, he threw some grass in the air, he wanted to see where this wind was blowing. He tried to do his best here to put pressure on Worthington, but he's taken possession in this time.
That's a really good take from Worthington, because again, that ball was moving. It's very, very difficult to assess that where that's going to go, and then the Broncos guilty of a head-high shot on Marguerite.
For a second, Jonathan.
It's just a lazy arm, really. There's nothing more to it than that from Matt G. But it is a let-off once again. Really confident take from Worthington. I think he's played well. The limited amount that he's been called upon to do. Yes, there was a foot in touch there from the ball in the first half from Corella. But these are the sorts of things that, if they don't dissuade you, you learn from them, and you can make adjustments and adaptations to your game. Still only young. This experience will be vital for him.
Move, hold, wait.
It's Marion.
Go, well done.
And now Bartho hits with the tackle.
Move, hold, go.
Brings Corella to ground, and Con Mika. Bartho again.
Move, hold.
Taken by G.
Go.
Solid carries again. Here's Ford. G with some more defensive work alongside Cunningham on that occasion, and Buzenak. They work to the left-hand side, and Bartho with a kick. It's fumbled by Fleming. They're going to get the ball back in a minute. Toulouse Olympique.
Well, it's a kick that he had to go down, had to smother. He's just unfortunate with a little bobble there as his body's come down on top of it. It fumbled in the hands. There's no two ways about this, because of the threat from the running game of Curran on the outside and Morel on the wing. Adair, he had to get down on that.
Injury for Cunningham, just on his haunches. Probably with the wrist, it looks like.
I spoke to him. Yeah, the tackle before, yeah. He would have one step.
With that right tackle.
I spoke to him and I spoke to you about it.
There's already some strapping around. Is it the right thumb? Lots of rugby players knock those up, knock them backwards. He's going to have some more tape around it. Common to see this injury. Minor injury, let's hope it is. John Ford taking on the line here, gets between two defenders. And if Cunningham has this strapped up, he's going to have to get back into the defensive line.
Holborn, James Cunningham made 10 substitute appearances for the Black and Whites. England Academy International. Gavin Marguerite now almost escaped the clutches of Salmon. Inside that red zone again as far as Toulouse Olympique are concerned. Bartho gets the ball away.
Move, hold, go.
Buzenak. Bartho again, short pass of Ford with another good ball for Curran.
Great tackle there by Fleming in 4 for London. Stopping Curran from that range, his knees it.
Bartho, now Tyler Heppy stopping him from that sort of range. Not too easy either.
Okay, tackle's complete.
He's held up.
Take it back, that's 4. I'll tell you when, boys.
He's got to go back 10 metres here now.
On the 10 metres, Tyler!
For the set as it gone.
Go.
Buzenak, but it's a fumble there.
Well, that's
as he played the ball.
Tyler Heppy had been wrestled by that many bodies, you know, over the line. I often see this when 3 or 4 men are around a tackle. I don't know what it does to your concentration, your brain. You do see fumbles very often after it. Look, it's just a very average play the ball.
Well, there's no knock on, is there? It's a.
Is it? No, you're penalised for an average play the ball.
Incorrect play the ball, I suppose. But again, we've seen worse.
Okay, guys.
These are
let's go.
the little things that are probably holding Toulouse back from being a more dominant force in the championship. And that's saying something, isn't it? Given the journey they've been on and where they find themselves in the table.
Well, hey up, he's going over the side again. Well, you saw when John Ford got involved in that tackle, Rhys Curran as well, that there was every chance that London were going to lose possession. And Kieran Dixon, for the second time in this game, he's backed himself up, been lifted off his feet, and with a Bastien Adair carried out of play.
He's a real athlete, is Kieran Dixon. Some real pace in those legs, but he's light. The body position needs to be better at the start of the sets. He needs to make the hit and get down, get the set started, some momentum generated, and instead he's put his team under all sorts of pressure. Let's not discount the effort there, particularly from Curran, who continues to impress with another shot for Toulouse.
Great opportunity then for Toulouse Olympique, and it's Gavin Margaret who takes that first carry. Now Marion from Bouzenac's pass, camped under the posts.
Release, 2, hold.
Marion for Bouzenac again. Now Ford gets a pass away, and Curran is over. Curran in for Toulouse. They retake the lead. Rhys Curran, one of 5 Olympic tries in Newcastle last week, and he's on the mark in Blackpool as well. 11 tries for the season now for Rhys Curran. Toulouse back in front.
Well, they ended up defending their own line because Kieran Dixon, for a second time, he's picked up and carried over the sideline. That effort from Rhys Curran is probably the driver of the back of the three. It was like a rolling ball that went to the sidelines, and then he's the one, the recipient of the pass from Ford. And there's a sense of relief, I think, amongst the Toulouse side, who know that they've probably been the best team, but with the scores level at 18, that wasn't reflected, and they've managed to put themselves ahead here now with a Curran. Big man over little man, he ran straight through Channing, powered those legs, not just to take the opponent over the sideline, but to take himself over the try line.
Rhys Curran with a double against Halifax here last year. Mark Corella looking to extend this 100% record with the boot. Would restore a 6-point lead. He's hit the post, so 22-18 it remains, 25 to go.
There's nothing magic about the try that Curran scored, just really good line running from him. The kick attempt takes a late movement, doesn't it? That was the attempt. I don't know what his complaint is really, other than the bad choice of eyewear.
The kicker needs his glasses.
Wait behind you, guys.
The wrong direction with that one. Hard and low kick here, look. It's going to make it. Oh, well trapped by Ford.
Yeah, Ford does really well there. He's bobbling about, just put his foot on it, and he's back in action now to fling a pass to the right-hand side.
That's impressive, isn't it? Offload, but a safe offload on the first tackle. Immediately shift the point of the attack. And all this will start to take its toll on the Broncos. They have to work harder at making sure that they've got the right space and the right numbers either side of the play the ball.
Okay, Jay.
The more that an opposition team can move you around, the more chance there is that you'll make a mistake in terms of your numbers. And this is a team that looks ready and primed to pounce now.
Hold.
Con Maker with the quick play of the ball for Bouzenac. He gets it now away as Ioane moves in the tackle for the London Broncos. They're already up to the last one here. 4 minutes short to the hour mark. Bouzenac again. High from Ford. Testing Dixon, he does really well and then bounces into Morel.
It's an excellent catch, absolutely brilliant catch. And with the weather the way it is, the wind swirling in that manner, to take that under that pressure, brilliant, well done for Kieran Dixon. He's had a tough afternoon, things haven't bounced his way, and I wonder whether he can put himself in and around the action almost as the players tire now in the final quarter of the game, John. Whether his footwork might be the difference, because it's unlikely they're going to find enough passing plays to find him an overlap on the outside.
Yeah, well, he's going to get a chance a little further down the field because Toulouse Olympique have been caught offside. Look at the adjustment he's had to make really late there again to put himself underneath the ball. I'd like to see a little more from Kieran Dixon. I'd like to see him coming in, taking a little work from him. Like you said, with the footwork that he's got and the big pack that Toulouse have, as fatigue begins to set in with this French team, he may well find some joy around that ruck area.
Ben Evans plays the ball for Cunningham. Now Channing. The best pass, and Fleming can't get there. Toulouse back in possession again.
Well, London just need to keep their heads up. They aren't playing well, but they're still in the match, aren't they? And got lots of time here. They can stay positive. Good actions here now in defence. We might make up for the mistake in attack.
Urgency from Curran, but London have doubled their error with an offside here, so Toulouse have the penalty now.
Well, they've never made themselves square at marker. It's Cunningham who never got himself square, and he's got involved in the tackle there. A couple of metres taken from the boot of Ford.
Wait for the play, guys, wait!
Toulouse will look to go again. They've got so many strike options, haven't they? Mika and Marguerite on this right edge. Jonathan Ford linking with Curran and Adair on the left edge. Corella sweeping around. That's a great ball again. Oh, dear me.
It's a high shot from Dixon, immediately apologises.
Well, it's funny, isn't it? He was going that fast, he couldn't stop. I did actually think he applied the brakes, but the arm was already out, wasn't he? He knew he had to close down the centre. He came out the gun there.
Oh, it's not a good one though. He'd do well to walk away from that one.
I think it's just Simon. I'm trying to keep London's hopes alive here.
So stay there, Jay. Okay, come.
I think it's.
Oh, it's not.
It's not direct to the head. I think it's the chest. It's just the lower neck.
Chest, lower neck. It's a good job you're not a doctor.
Yeah, I'm going to go sim in with it. Kieran.
Yeah.
High tackle.
10 minutes for Kieran Dixon.
Direct.
Well, he read the situation right, but he got his target wrong at the end of it, didn't he? He knew there was the man who was going to receive possession. He guessed that right. As the ball's fired out there from Toulouse, he's off balance, he's off his feet, and he's pretty lucky that the colour of that card.
He's a lucky boy. There's a lot of orange. There would have been a lot of orange in that yellow card.
There would have been.
Me.
I agree with you. Yes. Mix of the boots.
It's a very mixed afternoon as Kieran Dixon.
Well, will this find an extra level of inspiration now for London to lift? They're down to 12 men. They're under pressure as Ford switches back to the blind side.
Ford in possession. Harrison and Cunningham combined to bring him to the ground.
Can they find an extra reason here now?
7 metres away as they play this ball.
And they're setting up on the left-hand side again. The ball's going to go to Ford.
Hey, he's got to be quicker, buddy. Come on.
Bouzanak goes himself. Bouzanak. They were setting up to go to the left-hand side. He thinks he's got the try, and the referee agrees. And Charles Bouzanak, with his 3rd try of the season, extends this Toulouse advantage against the 10 men of the London Broncos. Try in Newcastle last weekend and follows up with a 4-pointer in Blackpool. Kieran Dixon watches on. He's the man off the field. And Charles Bouzanak, within a couple of minutes, goes over for Toulouse Olympique.
Well, this is the Kieran Dixon shot on Adair. And it's definitely time off the field. It depends on whether it was the rest of the match or just for 10 minutes. Well, the referee, I suppose, gave him clemency or offered him clemency. And this has caught Alex Walker flat-footed. And I'll tell you for why as well, because they were setting up through Jonathan Ford, who was standing really wide off that with a good set defence. And Sylvain Houlez can see daylight now between the two teams. Very, very pleased. Very deliberate play from Bouzanak. And as I said, he's maybe got the first run on his opposition because of that set-up play with Ford and Curran, who were standing wide and screaming for the ball.
2 more points from the boot of Mark Corella. 28 points to 18 now. Toulouse ahead.
This is the softest try that London have conceded. They've had time. There's no fatigue because we had a breaking play for the yellow card. There was a slow play of the ball. They were all back set in position, but they didn't have the determination of the man who had the possession and knew that the easiest way to get over that line was to go hard, to go low, and drive those legs into the ground until he got over and managed to ground. Some daylight now with 10 points between the two teams.
Here is Ford. Ioane with the tackle alongside Jay Pitts there.
Wait, go.
The first of 3 for you in day 2 of the Summer Bash. Rochdale Swinton next up. That's a 3 o'clock start on Sky Sports Arena. And we end day 2 in Blackpool with the Heavy Woolen Derby battling against Dewsbury, 5:15 Sky Sports Arena.
Go.
Well, the London side now need to find the energy of an extra man as Bartow goes through it. They're playing with a man less. They've got 10-point gap to catch up here. And they really are on the back foot as the pass thrown out now to Worthington. Toulouse looking unstoppable.
5.
Samet in there.
Go on, guys.
Ioane in there.
Go.
Here is Marguerite. And now Bartho.
It's okay, guys, it's okay.
Huge kick and more problems. Channing ends up with it.
One. Move.
The referee's content to wave that play on. There's a genuine challenge for the ball in the air. No knock on scene. But now an opportunity for Toulouse to really pin them in there. He's probably right in his call as well.
3.
Harrison.
Move. Hold. Go. No squad.
Cunningham. Ioane.
I might not have your patience, John, but I think that London need more than just 5 drives in a kick here, don't they? They've got to speed it up, and they do so with Cunningham.
A good run from Cunningham.
Go.
Gets them over halfway, and then Channing.
Okay.
There is the kick.
Play on.
Return with interest by Tony Morell. Harrison with the tackle.
Hold, tell him that take. Get back inside. Go.
That's Ford. 2. Now Bastien Adair. Into the tackle of Batty. Marguerite now. Ben Evans put the shoulder in.
Move. Hold. Go. Ball. Move.
Evans involved again there. But there's a problem there. It's Andrew Bentley.
It's a fast tackle, wasn't it? It was a twist in it. Turned over as they made collision. This looks like the inside of his knee. Is it a contact injury?
His knee's off the floor when he... Yeah, it's a knee on knee, that, isn't it? It's Ioane's set knee. I think that there's a bit of a collision there, really painful. I'm checking how many pieces the patella may or may not be in.
Well, it gives London a chance here now to take on some water. Message from the French coach to young Joe Bretherton. He's going to be sent on here now for the last 18 or so minutes here to try and maintain the lead. But now, what can his team do? They're 10 points behind. They've got time to win it. But at the moment, they're playing on an uphill pitch at present, the way this match is played out.
London won home and away clashes with Toulouse last year. 30 points to 16 on home soil and a 36-16 success away from home. And of course, next week we'll see another French team in the quarterfinals of the Challenge Cup. Huddersfield play the Dragons live on Sky Sports Arena Thursday from 7:30. Can Leeds take a second Super League scalp as they face Leeds at Featherstone? That's the second quarter-final live with us. Sky Sports Arena, Friday, 7:30.
We covered the Catalan game yesterday, didn't we, Ben? And I think it's the best game we've seen from them this season. They certainly take some confidence and momentum into that Challenge Cup quarter-final tie. Should be a real cracker, that one, because their opponents, Huddersfield, have found some form recently, haven't they? New coach has arrived this weekend.
That's 4. Off you go.
Sylvain Houlas watching on, and back to fitness now as it's Ford who takes the ball.
Well, that's the sort of defence London need to stand any chance of coming from behind here. Putting pressure now on Bartow for the last kick.
Gets that kick away. It's going to be too strong, is it?
Play on.
Alex Walker with work to do, and he just about gets it back into the field of play under pressure there from Marguerite.
Well, he had to be really brave, didn't he? He had to get his head and put his head where potentially it was going to hurt, because that ball was perfect. Yeah, it's the difficult decisions to make those as a fullback. I'm going to put my head down here with a lot of feet and knees flying around. and I'm going to take one for the team, but his decision to be tough has been vindicated, hasn't it? Because they've been given pressure release from Toulouse.
Burak Kurash, isn't it, who was offside there. Just too keen there to get forward and trap the London Broncos. There are many chances to get to this other end of the field. If they get there, they need to make it count.
Jay Pitts plays the ball. Samet inside for Ioane. Into the tackle of Bretherton. Cunningham.
Good Bastian.
Now Batty. Kane with the tackle. He flings the ball back.
Play on.
And it's Alex Walker. Ducked under the first challenge.
Hold. Wait. Go.
Time running out though for the London Broncos. They need something here, you feel. As Mark Ioane has his second contribution in this set of 6. Cunningham waits. Short ball. Kruash in there.
5.
Brings down Evans.
Go.
Last one. Samet.
Okay.
High kick again. They're chasing this. It could be a try. It's going to be Rhys Williams who's touched the ball down right in the corner, and the referee immediately does award the 4-pointer. They needed something, and Rhys Williams comes up with his 13th try of the season. Danny Ward barking the instructions. 6 points the difference. Kick to come, 15 to go.
Well, the 4 from 4 now, aren't they, with Jared Samet's kicks? There must be a red light flashing in Sylvain Hules's head here when it gets their last play and Samet gets possession. There's almost a terror around the Toulouse team. Whatever type of kick, it's caused problems all afternoon here now. And Cunningham doesn't get close to that one. There's that many red shirts. One bounces for the winger, and he squeezes it down just inside the corner flag.
Rhys Williams, 2 tries in a 46-6 win over Sheffield here 3 years ago. An important, a vital 4-pointer as we move into the last 15 minutes.
There's a bit of an inquest going on to the left of the uprights with this Toulouse team, because I think they've been by far the better side throughout the game. There's a little one-to-one between Corella and Worthington, a young man who's eventually come up with the miss under some pressure, it has to be said. Jonathan Ford was very active a couple of seconds ago as well, rallying his troops and saying, you know, we're in a confident and winning position here. 15 minutes left in the game. Let's not let this try derail us from what our mission this afternoon.
Jared Samet then from the sideline. It's a great effort as well. That's cut the gap to just 4 points. Then some injury news coming in from Angela on the sideline. Andrew Bentley. Angela.
Yeah, Andrew Bentley sitting on the bench at the moment with ice on his knee. There was a little bit of a worry after he limped and hobbled off the pitch, really, but it might be ligament damage, but they're pretty certain now that it's not. It looks like bruising, and they're very hopeful he will be able to play a further part in this game.
Thanks, Angela. Yeah, Toulouse need all the men they can to hang on to this. 28 points to 24 now. We thought it would be a thriller, and it's turning into one. Here is Mark Ioane now.
Well, he does make a difference, doesn't he? Because at times they've needed a player to set a platform, to gain some ground in the middle. Second charge. You know what a team do there. And Cunningham runs forward, no markers. The nerves, I suppose, and the pressure all on the Toulouse team now. They've been the better rugby side, in our opinion. They only have a 4-point lead.
Eddie Batty steams onto that pass into the arms of Kane. Now Cunningham. Ioane. Kruash with the tackle alongside Curran. The last one. Jared Samet goes high. Worthington impeccable under that. He's got through so much work. James Worthington, and impressed so much the Wigan low knee, but Marguerite is leading the charge now for Toulouse Olympique. The tackle of Samet and Pitts.
It's about being able to handle this situation. Even though they're ahead, they seem like the team under pressure, don't they? They're being chased by a tenacious London outfit. We've had a man in sent to the sin bin.
Here is Bretherton.
4. Move. Hold. Wait.
Ben Evans with the tackle. Kruash showed it to one, gave it to Kane.
Play on. 5.
Player down injured here. The referee will probably stop the game. They've done that over this weekend, haven't they? Understand it could be a head injury. We're not certain what type of injury it is for Jay Pitts. He did well, didn't he, to pull down Kane. I like it when Murad Krouash comes out. Collision here on the head. Makes contact with, is it Murad Krouash? And it's a rest that the London side need. Teeth is more than anything, I think, the worry, concern for him.
Guys.
Heat beats down in Blackpool.
Just again to have a look back at the statistic I showed you at half-time, Ben. The breaks were 6-0. It's not improved much for the Broncos, 8-2 in terms of clean breaks. But they've made the kicks count, haven't they? The kicks have been so vital for them. And once again, Toulouse not finding an efficient way of ending a set. Not able to put exact more pressure on this London Broncos side, who are looking fatigued themselves, but need to get themselves on the evidence of all known form this afternoon within 30 metres to enable a decent kick. And this is a good start for it. Williams quick out the blocks.
They're taking Matt Ioane off. I'm just getting excited. I think he was setting so much up.
Dixon has returned from the sin bin for the London Broncos.
Well, that's the penalty, and that will help. The London supporters started to believe here that the comeback's on. Saw some brilliant drama in yesterday's games, and we could get exactly the same here now. If London can get excited and Jarrett Sammet can continue with a magical golden boot of his.
First carry is from Adebayo.
This is the area of the field that's so dangerous for them, isn't it? Channing again. There's no passing threat there from Channing. That's an easy defensive read. What is going to be more difficult is from a couple of yards out, have a look at your hooker, and then look where Jarrett Sammet is. He is your indicator. Absolutely no two ways about it.
Cunningham. The ball off for Evans. Gets a ball away, but was held in the tackle, so plays the ball. Cunningham. Batty has lost it. Toulouse have come up with it with Bastien Adair.
Well, every single time they've gone to Jarrett Sammet, he's provided something for them. He stood there for 4 plays, calling for the ball. Why would you go away from something that works?
Because they were listening, you were saying that he's the indicator, that's where the ball's going to go. It was the element of surprise they were searching for. They didn't find the skill with the pass. We're going to have a great last 10 minutes now in this contest. First one of day 2.
Gavin Marguerite plays it.
No, it's okay.
That was Ford.
Tyler Heppy's lost the ball.
And Cunningham immediately
kicks it out of play.
Time off, please,
well, Toulouse really need cool heads to prevail here. The experience of Jonathan Ford and William Bartow in the halves. Ford once again rallying his troops. They don't need to win this game again. Just make it difficult for the Broncos. Sylvain Hules is increasingly animated on the side of the field. He's normally a very relaxed, happy individual.
George,
you found the last 10 minutes pretty tough, I would imagine.
You might have seen more games of rugby league that Kieran Dixon's played than I have, but invariably, when I watch him play, he does something brilliant in every time I've seen him play. We haven't seen it yet. There's less than 10 to go. If he can get his hands near the ball, there's some magic left in him.
Hey, he's erratic and he's unpredictable, but in that, yeah, every now and again there's an absolute gem.
Hold there, Mirad.
Batty will play the ball for Cunningham. 9.5 to go. Channing with the pass. Now Walker.
Shoulder.
Shoulder, says the referee, Greg Dolan.
3, we're going to go with it. 3, move. Hold, wait. Go.
Channing again.
Move.
Now Matty G.
Hold.
Penalty is coming London's way.
This time, Bastien Kane just takes a little long, there's a little nudge on the way out, and London wasting no time, are they? Straight back into the thick of the action with Matt G. Here's the danger man.
Yeah, Sammet gives it to Pitts.
2, move.
Kane again in defence for Toulouse. Here is Cunningham again. Gets Matty G involved.
Move!
Injury.
Time off, yeah, I got it. That's 3.
Referee calls time off. There's a problem for Matty G.
Looked like the ankle or knee, didn't he? Twisted in the tackle as he was pulled backwards over towards his right. Clement Boyer pulls him, doesn't he? That right knee's twisted into an awkward position as Corella lands on top of him. There's nothing wrong with the tackle. It isn't illegal,
Jonathan,
but it's painful.
Yeah. I'll tell you when. Don't go!
In some
Wait.
pain, Matty G, as you say.
That was 3.
Third
Go.
tackle has gone. And so Channing gives it to Walker.
4!
Adair over the top.
Go!
Kieran Dixon, well, he backed him for a moment of brilliance. It almost came there. Here's the last opportunity for the Broncos, and Harrison looking for the line.
Knock on!
Lost
Knock
it
on.
short of the line. He's lost possession. Well, there's nothing to separate these two teams on the league table halfway through the season. We thought at that point there would be nothing to separate them on the scoreboard with less than 10 to go. Harrison goes hard. He tries to go through Jonathan Ford,
On the foot, not me.
but Reece Curran comes in support and help. And with
Let's
4
go,
men there,
Jonathan. Go!
there's no way there's 4 more points coming for the London outfit. But now they're hunting out there. There's a desire and an energy about them that makes you believe that there is a comeback on.
Gavin Marguerite with the first carry. Batty immediately there on Morel.
Move! Hold! Go!
Was Cruash. Now Tyler Heppy.
3! Move! Hold!
It's Channing who made the
Go.
tackle there. Now Boyer.
4! Move! Go, mate! Go!
Cruash again and Ford. Nice ball and Curran's away. Curran has split them. Curran has support on the inside and Corella will go in. Corella in for the try that might seal 2 priceless points in Blackpool for Toulouse. He's been the standout in this contest, Mark Corella. And now goes in for the try. 7 minutes to go, his 12th of the season.
Well, if Corella's been the player of the match, and there's a fair chance he will be, the try and an all-round excellent display, then Curran on that left edge has been superb foil for Jonathan Ford all afternoon. Just a hard, honest line, dummy, really well balanced, again low centre of gravity for a back row. That's the fullback's position, that's exactly where he should be following a break. But have a look at how he goes through it, little show of hands, but again it's that low centre of gravity, very hard to knock off balance. This all looks a little too easy for Toulouse now, doesn't it?
Well, I think Mark Corella is certainly the best back on the pitch, and Reece Curran for me is the best forward. He's been consistent, been durable, and he's skillful enough there to deliver a good pass at pace to the fullback, which will certainly send this French team home with another smile from their trip to Blackpool.
5 tries in the last 5 games for Mark Corella. 4 from 5 with the boot today as well. Kicked 5 from 5 in the northeast last Saturday. This for a 5th goal in Blackpool. 2 more points. 10-point lead. Toulouse 34, London 24.
Well, they're a team, aren't they, with the tries that they've scored today, which will worry opposition. Sides who are currently in Super League but may meet them in the qualifiers will have had a wonderful look here now over a 2-week period. Wasn't a fluke. Some of the tries they scored are just one-offs. You know what, as the ball's drilled towards the sideline, unfortunately not come back for the London side, but Toulouse are an all-round team. They don't rely just on one particular player. And there'll be a tough contest against any team in the qualifiers in a couple of months' time.
Jonathan Ford in possession into the tackle of Cunningham.
Go.
That's Konmika.
2. Move, sorry, 3. Hold. Go. Yeah, 3.
Cruash. Adet. Boyer, I should say.
Surrender. 4. Go.
Plays it for Cruash. Now Bartho.
No way. 5.
Tyler Heppy.
Move. Come on.
Last one. Ford, happy to find touch over on that far side. Exactly what Toulouse need. 5 to go.
Well, it's to kill the clock, kill the hearts and minds, really, I think, of the London outfit. The thoughts, they've formed a quick scrum to try and stop the clock, but they've a long way to go, both on the scoreboard and the pitch here now, to get some more points.
Okay,
Ward.
It's down for me.
Work to do.
James, will you add back, please, buddy, again. Jonathan, sorry. Out. Time on.
4.5 to go. They're in possession, though. Rhys Williams has it.
1. Move. Hold. 1. Wait. Go. Good,
Well,
guys.
they might not finish with a win, but they want to finish with the flourish. Elliot Keir bouncing forward. A couple more subs coming back on. Tom Spencer comes on the field. But it goes to the left with Jay Pitts, and he outskirts 1 or 2 players. Keeps the ball alive.
Is their proud Blackpool record coming to an end, the London Broncos? It's a good run from Matt Davis. From a Leicester Storm man. And now Spencer. Happy downstairs. Brings him to ground. Cunningham. Now Channing. Flung back again, and on the back of that, Samet does well, actually, under pressure to find Channing again. Adair can't get to him, and Dixon now. Dixon steps on the accelerator.
5. Move. Go.
Last one. Here is Samet.
Okay, they're okay.
Crossfield kick.
Play on,
Spilled
come
by
back,
Worthington, and Williams looking for the try line. Rhys Williams.
Ground is good. Ground is good.
Is he over for his second try? He's going to give this. Second try for Rhys Williams.
Go quick.
Just as he did against Sheffield 3 years ago here, he gets a double in Blackpool. 34-28.
Well, another kick from London. The defibrillator is out here. There's a chance that there's some life left in this London side. They've scored another try in the corner. They're desperate to take the kick as quickly as they can. The clock continues to tick over. You see there now we're into less than 3 minutes. And maybe we're getting to see how important in the first half Tony Morrell scored a try. And remember, he made an extra effort to bring the kick much closer. He knew that when we get to the end of this game, 2 more points from a conversion in difficult conditions could make the difference.
London never been ahead, but never gone away. And now they just will trail by 4 if this kick from Samet goes over. It's just wide of the target. 6 points the difference, 2.5 to go.
Yeah, once again, from the kick, last tackle, they've done a lot more to keep it alive, but it had been the only threat all afternoon from the Broncos. Elliot Keir gets the tap across, and then Williams, he does really well to finish here. This more to this than meets the eye. Some good footwork needed. An offend as well on Jonathan Ford. Just out-jumped. It's a lovely little tap back. Nice step off the left, and again to beat Corella. And then the fend on Ford to get the ball down. That's a good finish. Good, strong, confident finish from Rhys Williams.
Underline their status as the entertainers in the Championship. These two sides have produced 11 tries in Blackpool.
He's kicked it out on the full. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. It's a goal line dropout. London took the risk. Samet thought he was going over the back line. So did Tom Spencer. Neither of them showed any interest. What a brave decision it was there. Look, you'll see here the ball bounced just in the field of play. Oh. The touch judge made a live call he had to do, and that is an easy one, even with an action replay in slow motion. Well, you might say it's hit the line.
It has hit the line. But Toulouse get a break.
You can't go to the video referee for every single decision. Well, the game will be played by complete action replay.
Yeah, the touch judge is actually, one touch judge waved out on the full, and one touch judge waved that it was a goal line dropout. So you could see how difficult that is to make a decision on the fly.
Move, go James.
Could be a crucial decision as well. But Toulouse, not worried about that. They're going to continue as Kane goes forward.
Move.
Approaching the final minute. 6 points the difference, but they've got possession, and Konmika trying to seal this one. It's 5 in the tackle.
Helzer, you moved it. Put it back on the mark. Time up.
Momentarily here, Konmika. Referee saying that the defenders carried him into their own in-goal area, so that was, he thought the held had been completed. He plays it there, not being forced to go back 10 metres.
Go, time on. 3.
Kruash. Bartho.
4. Hold.
Boyer
Go.
plays the ball. And Ford with a lovely pass. And Corella goes in for a double. Warmly appreciated by Sylvain Hules. Corella with the sealer in this one. London have never gone away, but Corella seals 2 huge points in Blackpool for Toulouse Olympique.
Well, it was Corella's kickoff, which I suppose brought us all the controversy here in these final minutes or moments of this match here. His kickoff went hard, it went long, and the touch judges believe it fell in the field of play, hence the reason why they got possession back. And he is now celebrating another Toulouse try. The clock runs out here now, he'll be asked to kick the conversion. And there's a 10-point lead at present. But drama here in the dying seconds of this first game of day 2. Those see one more look at the kick. Well, it's a very, very tough call to make from that position, and it's gone in favour of the French outfit. From that field position with a fatigue setting in, Corella's pace puts him between 2 bodies and puts him over for another try. But we know that those London Broncos have certainly got some resilience. Outplayed in so many aspects of the game. They've hung in there, they've played tough, and they've given us a wonderful opening to day 2.
Corella adds his 6th goal to 2 tries, seals a 40 points to 28 scoreline for Sylvain Hules. The entertainers, the clash of the entertainers, gone the way of Toulouse Olympique, just as they did on Good Friday when they won 36 points to 16. Corella, the hero, some great long-range efforts. He's got 20 points in this match. London's 100% record in Blackpool has gone. And Toulouse beat the team, the only team they didn't win against last year. They made their Summer Bash debut 12 months ago with a win against Halifax, and it's 2 from 2 in Blackpool now for Toulouse Olympique. Move to 11 wins, 22 points. Over 100 tries as well for both these sides now, the entertainers. They began in sensational form, winning 7 of the opening 8, and now back in that sort of vintage. Well, only one way to go now. It's the man of the match, and it's Marc Corella. 2 tries, plenty with the boot as well, and it's a winning man of the match, and he's with Angela.
He is as well. 2 tries, there you go, there's your silver salver. 2 tries, lots of kicks, but wow, you set that pitch alive, especially in the first half with that first try as well, setting that one up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're a big side, and we knew that they were kind of come strong, so I just had to do my best to control the defensive line, and I was pretty fortunate to get a couple of good bounces my way, I think.
Fortunate, but there's a lot of skill in there as well, and that run, you could set that to music and it'd look like ballet.
Yeah, I just tried to run as fast as I could, to be fair.
Great game though, wasn't it? Entertaining game to open up this second day, and a good 2 points for you, really important.
Yeah, it's very crucial. I mean, the top 4 is very tight at the moment, so that 2 points is going to go a long way for the end of the year.
Well, that got you the win in the end, because you had to hold on tight to that one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they never stopped London. I mean, they're a very good side, good players, and, you know, we just had to stick with them for as long as we could.
Your coach wasn't too happy with the way you were playing in the first half and gave you some words at half-time, but in the second half you managed to hang on there. Yeah,
we turned over the ball a fair bit and we didn't get to our kicks. And, you know, in the hot conditions, it's what we need to do. So, yeah, the coach had a few words and we turned it around in the second half.
Well, I've got a cheque here for you for man of the match. £250 to the charity of your choice. Where's it going to go to, Mark?
Go to the Mark Hughes Foundation in Australia. They've got the beanies for brain cancer at the moment, so I'll send it to that.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. See you later. We've got Jared Summit. Jared, great. One of your trademark tries there, but unfortunately you didn't get the win today. Worked really, really hard out there, though, in these conditions as well.
Yeah, she was quite warm day, very humid. I thought the boys, you know, they really gave it their all, but, you know, when you come up against a top team like Toulouse, they throw everything at you, including the kitchen sink. And, you know, we just fell off a few key moments, and they capitalised, and you can't afford to do that.
That's it, especially when you're so tight at the top of that table as well. Every single point counts.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the championship's getting better and better in every year. This year, you know, there's a 6-7 team race at the moment for the top 4. and you can't let any points slip. Today was another vital game for us, and we fell short, really disappointing, and you know, we have to go back to the drawing board and recollect and do our homework next week.
Thanks for your time, Jared. Appreciate
cheers,
that.
thank you.
We've got Coach Danny Ward now, the London Broncos. A disappointing end to the game for you. I'm not quite sure whether you saw whether that ball went out or not, but I think that was inconsequential at the very end.
Oh yeah, the game was gone by then. As I can't fault the boys' efforts today. They had a good crack, but we just came up with some dumb football, and gifted them a lot of field position. And credit to Toulouse, they're a very good side and punish us.
You did take your chances when you got them, especially close to the line there.
Yeah, we missed a few of the chances as well, and weren't sticking to the game plan and the script. So if we go away from that, then we get what we deserve. And today, unfortunately, you know, we weren't good enough.
The French coach said they really took 2 tries. They shouldn't offer you in the first half. You know, there's interceptions as well. They're coach killers. Really disappointing for you.
That's what I'm saying. We just gifted them way too much field position, and that's not to discredit what Toulouse did. They'll punish you because they've got some quality players, and they'd probably say we jagged a few off kicks and things like that as well. So it's like I say, you get what you deserve.
Thanks very much, Danny. Cheers for that. James Worthington's with us now. James, what a great game that was, and scored a try as well. Must have enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a good game. We knew it was going to be tough. Boys that really dig deep in the end, but it's always nice to get over for a try.
What is it that keeps you sort of going right to the very end to get a win like that?
I mean, we're looking at the table, you know how close it is, so we really need that win today, you know, coming off a loss against Toronto last week, so I think that got us through the game.
And this is a London side that you knew were going to throw everything at you, and they were never going to give up as well, so and in these conditions, it's not easy really to keep that energy level going.
I know, definitely, especially in these conditions. I mean, I've had a couple of nightmares today with them kick returns and things like that, but, you know, I mean, it's always hard in these conditions.
Well, we're sitting on the touchline and feeling that wind down here. What's it like out there, especially with those high balls?
Oh, it's not too bad when you're down here, but when it goes over the stand and the wind takes it, you don't know what you're doing, yeah.
Enjoyed it, though?
Yeah, very much.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks for talking to us. We've got your coach now to speak to us. Thanks very much. Well, Sylvain, did they pick it up in the second half as you wanted them to?
No, not really. No, I mean, I thought we made it very hard for ourselves, you know, like... we play really well, but the fifth tackle option, you know, they killed us, you know, and something we're going to need to look at. They score 5 tries of a kick, you know, so, and after that, we defended very, very well, I thought, but no, on the last option, you know, so we got a win. It was an important one. We could see that it was a tense one, you know, like, and both teams knew the importance of that game, so we're just pleased we got it.
It's not easy as a coach to see it from a perspective of a supporter, but what an entertaining game to open up the summer bash.
Well, great, you know, I mean, exactly, that's what it was about, you know, and that's what we play, and that's what we want to be in that league, because we love it, you know, it's like games like that, you know, where we're going to improve our game back home, back in France, and for our French players, you know, and so it's a great opportunity, and I think probably, yeah, from a supporter's perspective, it was an entertaining game. From our point, sometimes it's struggling, you know, I thought that we could have been a little more clinical.
So a few more games left in the regular season to go before you get to the middle eight, and you want to stay in those middle eights, but Super League is so close for you now. Got to lift it to another level, do you think?
Yeah, it's not still a few, you know, there's a game to go, and last year I think at the same point we were second, you know, we beat Halifax here, and we were second too, you know, so we knew there were 10 games left after that, but now there's 8, so there's still some big games in our hands, but it was an important one today, and so we work hard out this week, and you show the boys that they got a reward, so we need to keep going and stick at it.
Thanks for the entertainment.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Yeah, Toulouse with that win now jump over the London Broncos and move to within 5 points of league leaders, the Toronto Wolfpack. Toulouse players no doubt enjoying the break now after an intense 80 minutes in really tough conditions. I mean, it's warm here at Bloomfield Road and an incredibly strong wind, which they found at times difficult to deal with, especially when Jared Sammet put up the ball. Okay, 40-28 in the end in favour of Toulouse. We left you at half-time with the French side leading 18 points to 12. Jay Pitts had scored the last try of the first half. They got the first try then, Barry, of the second half, which looked like it would prove important for London.
They needed to start well, and it was Ben Evans just chasing up, manages to get hold of the ball. As Hules says, the coach, every kick that London put in troubled them, really troubled them. And those two players, particularly Curran and Corella, were the star of the show. There's the yellow card, and immediately from that, Buzinac, yellow card, he was possibly
no problem with that.
He was possibly lucky to get a yellow instead of a red, but Buzinac took advantage of that. He gets over for the next try, and then very quickly the London Broncos, through Reece Williams, return fire.
Williams 13th of the season, 28-24 to the French, John, and they kicked on.
Yeah, and two of the best three players there, Ford and Curran, combining before Carilla from fullback, who'd already put 2 try assists on a plate, got one for himself. That would re-establish the 10-point lead. Again from the boot of Jared Samet, Williams scored his second. This one a little smarter in terms of the finish. 2 left foot steps there and a decent fend on Ford to get over before Carilla came for his second again from Jonathan Ford. Lovely cushion ball, and that brought up the 40 as he converted his own kick. 6 from 7 from the boot as well today. An outstanding individual display from him. He was the try scorer going into today's game, top try scorer for Toulouse, and has extended that record now, 13 for the season.
Okay, a look at the Betfred Championship table. The top 4 will remain unchanged in names at the end of this weekend, but Toulouse do move up into second spot, pushing